Before I even introduce myself, I'm gonna need to get my glass of wine ready. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aniya Danyea, and if this is your first time here, welcome. Here on this channel, I like to do makeup, hair vlogs, lifestyle videos, a little bit of everything. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. Whew, now that we got that out the way, y'all, I have been avoiding making this video for a very long time now. Y'all can tell by the title, we're gonna talk about my Capella situation and what's going on. I had to give me a glass of wine because that is how I feel about this whole thing. That's how stressed I was in this process, y'all. It's like, no, but in all seriousness, I'm going to take you to when I started at Capella, talking about residencies a little bit, getting into the practicum, where I am right now, and my future plans that I have for Capella University, if I plan to stay there. But here's my wine, y'all, and today your girl is drinking, I'm not even going to pronounce the name because I don't know what this says, but it's a black muscat. It's a black muscat. It's a young semi-sweet wine from California. Here it is. I picked it up, of course, at my local liquor store. But yeah, your girl has been trying to get more into red wines, so I'll leave that back here, whatever. Sponsor me, y'all. Psych. All right, now for the real tea while we're here, guys. So give you backstory real quick. I graduated college from Morgan State University. Go Bears, go HBCUs. Graduated from Morgan State University in December of 2018. I took a complete year off because your girl, listen, I barely made it through undergrad, okay? Now, I had great grades in undergrad, but I barely made it through. Like, mentally, I barely made it through. So, fast forward, 2019, decided to enroll into Capella University. I had been looking into other schools. And, okay, now, let me stop that lie right there, y'all. I really did not do much research. I really was not prepared for graduate school or anything like that. Honestly, I wasn't even prepared for undergrad. So, when it comes to furthering my education and stuff like that, I know we're in the age of technology and everything like that, so I could have done more research and I should have done more research, but at the time I did not know. If I had knew what I know now back then, I would be in a completely different situation, but I did not know, and I did not do the research as far as grad schools or anything like that. So I went with the most convenient thing for me, which was online school. And Capella, they were known for being an online psychology school, which is really well. And I have cousins that went to that. I had coworkers that went to Capella and graduated from Capella and everything. So I was like, okay, boom, we're gonna go to this school. Enrolled in the school, I was told that I will only be at the school for 2 years, okay? You know, you have to do your classes, then you have residencies, and then you have your practicum, internship, and then you're done, you're out the door. Let me tell you right now, before we get into any further, I am at 99% finished my degree, but I'm not done my degree. I'll save that for later. Stay tuned if you want to figure out what I'm talking about. Anyway, so started at Capella, was told I would take 2 years to graduate and everything like that. Everything was going good. I was doing very well in my classes. We had 2 residencies during my time here at Capella. I am in the clinical counseling track. I want to be a licensed clinical professional counselor, hopefully soon, y'all, hopefully soon. Yes, I love therapy, all things mental health, okay? Boom. So at my residencies, you pay for them out of pocket. I did vlog my experiences. If you guys want to see them, you can go watch them on my channel. But I met some really great people during that time. Now, I didn't learn as much. Now, I will tell you, my last residency, I did not learn anything. The professor that I had wasn't even supposed to be my professor, y'all. We really didn't learn anything. He taught a whole different subject at the school, so yeah, I had to teach myself all the things that we were supposed to learn because he was not doing a good job at it. It was so bad to the point, like, the last day of residency, I didn't even show up. I told him I had a plane to catch. My professor was like, it's okay, you're not going to miss anything. I know I wasn't going to miss anything because we already did everything that we were supposed to do. So the last day, I just did not go. It's supposed to be a half day, but your girl did not go. I felt like it was a waste of time. So fast forward, past all my residencies and everything like that. After your residencies, you can finally enter into your practicum and internship phase. Now, y'all know if you're trying to get licensed, you have to have a practicum and internship experience. From practicum, Capella requires 600 hours from both semesters. So 300 for one semester, 300 from the other semester, of course, okay? I'm going to use the practicum and internship word interchangeably, y'all, because technically at Capella, the practicum comes first and then your internship, but really it's all one and the same thing. Like, nothing switches. You can still stay at the same site. Finding a site and everything, y'all, it was a struggle. I found my site using Capella Site Locator, guys, because I had no clue where to start. I was reaching out to a bunch of other people, but I finally found somebody off there, and we did an interview together. She loved me. She was a woman of color. Guys, we hit it off right away, okay? Everything was going good. Y'all see me, the amount of time that I'm gonna roll my eyes in this video because like I get so frustrated talking about it. But now we're gonna talk about my internship experience, and this is where everything went downhill. I started off my internship experience full throttle. I loved my site supervisor. She was a woman of color. She sat on a board of whatever. She was just very well informed about the things that was going on in the psychology world, okay? Somebody I found like to really trust, okay? Boom. Everything was going kind of okay. I wasn't getting all the hours that I wanted. There's a 12-hour minimum weekly that you have to get when you're doing your internship experience. Now, the first week of my practicum was extremely slow. I didn't even meet the 12 minimum that I needed. Then I talked to my site supervisor, and by week 3, I still hadn't even seen any clients, y'all. So I had a conversation with her. I was like, look, ma'am, like I have to get these hours. What else can I do to get these hours? Whether it's like notes or observing a session, whatever it is, I need these hours. But yes, I need the hours for the sake of getting the hours, but also for the sake of experience. Like I felt like I wasn't experienced. Like I wanted more experience. I know it was only week 3, but your girl was eager to get started, okay? So she tells me around like week 4 or 5, like, oh, you know, I don't think that we're going to meet your hours in the time that you need, which was the 2 semesters. I'm trying to get 300 and 300, right? So I was like, okay, well, I think we're going to go add another site for next semester, because at Capella, you can have 2 sites if your first site isn't giving you all the hours that you need. So I was like, I'm going to reach out to my professor, and I want to get started with another site for next quarter. I think Capella has changed their rules a little bit since I was applying for my practicum, but during my practicum, you will have to apply a semester before. Like everything would have to be in that semester before. So it was already too late for me to try to apply late to a practicum at this point in the game. But I reached out to my professor and let her know the circumstances, and she was like, boom, you can go ahead and apply for another site if you aren't getting all your hours. I went ahead and applied. Now, the issue that I did have with applying, adding the additional site, was that the person that I was trying to get to supervise me, he just became a supervisor. So Capella asked that if you are being supervised by somebody, that they have supervision experience for 2 years. And the guy, like I said, he did not have his license for 2 years yet, so he was out the question. I couldn't add on another site, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to thug it out. The further I got along in my internship and the more clients that I started to get, I still wasn't getting anywhere near the clients that I wanted to get or the caseload that I wanted. But I was like, you know, I'm just going to thug it out and write it out. So that's what I did. Y'all actually got to pull out my Mac, because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all accurate information and timelines, because I had this all printed out on a PowerPoint and everything. Y'all don't understand the struggle that I went through. So let me see. All right, y'all. So I had to pull out my laptop to fact check this. So I'm going to put up on the screen, like somewhere in the corner right here, just like a timeline so I can show y'all the breakdown, okay? During my first day of my internship, I asked my supervisor to add another site, not a few days later. So then in November 2021, that's when my request was denied. So a month later, my request got denied, like I was telling you guys, because he didn't have enough internship experience. Okay, that's fine, whatever. December 2021, still in the same semester, I just had completed my simple practice training. Now, if y'all don't know therapy and stuff like that, Simple Practice is a website where clinicians can keep like their therapy notes. You can build and everything through it. So I had just received training on that 2 months later after being in my internship, okay? Now, we were also off for 2 weeks during the holiday break, so I could not get hours during that time. I noted that. Now, in January of 2022 of this year, y'all, I started my internship site again. I renewed another semester with her. Now, during this time, she was telling me, you know, oh, I think we can make it. I really think that we can meet your goals and everything like that. So I was like, I wasn't looking forward to adding another site, because I was like, okay, I trust her. We're good. She's going to make it work. We're going to make it work. We can do this, okay? Boom. January of 2021. It was a new semester. So my colleague, another intern, has started. So no offense, but like when another intern starts, that means less hours for you, especially when you're at a small practice who already doesn't have a lot of clients. So my site supervisor started to split our clients and had my co-intern sit in with me during a lot of my sessions. Now, I had no issue with that, but the thing was that the intern was getting hours for just supervising me, right? I had no issues with that, because she got to get her hours too. Now, on the flip side, to get more hours, I asked my supervisor if I could sit in with her in her sessions to get more hours, just so I could observe and learn some, you know, therapeutic skills. My supervisor denied me. So my supervisor denied me, right? I contacted my professor about concerns, again, with my hours and everything like that. I requested adding another site again, y'all. again, I requested to add another site. Now this time it was another person that I found to do my internship, but they missed the deadline with the application and everything. So that was out the window, because like I said, during this time, Capella, you had to apply a semesters in advance, okay? Like, ugh. It's February of 2022. Let me see what happened in February. Yo, I got the supporting documentation and everything. I don't know if I want to share that with y'all, but in February of 2022, I get more in depth now with the timelines. In February of 2022, and the first, that's when I trained for simple practice. Then I talked about having no experiences with assessments. Now this shows y'all I'm not getting the experience that I needed at my internship. So I wrote about this. Like, I wrote about this in my, so let me back up a little bit. During your internship and your practicum experience, you do have an online course. You're expected to post discussions throughout the week while you're in your internship as well. So it's like an internship and a class as well. And then you have work on top of all of this if you're like me. Now, I posted about not having enough assessments or intakes or anything like that. And then on the 14th, a colleague had asked me if I wanted to sit in with her and get feedback, right? This is another opportunity where I could learn hours. But my supervisor denied it, y'all, okay? And she denied me on the 15th when I asked. So on the 21st, I had another client no-show, and I noted this, guys. I noted my no-shows for a reason. I'm gonna get to that reason in a little bit, okay? Fast forward to the 22nd, I emailed my professor again on advice for adding another case law, like how to get more hours and everything. And they suggested I reach out and find other internship opportunities, because that was my only thing at this point. That was my only option at this point, was to get another internship site. I finally talked to my supervisor and I was like, look, obviously, you know, this isn't working. What can I do to add more hours, y'all? She just kept guaranteeing me, oh no, we'll get hours, we'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. And I just kept believing her. Even though I believed her, I created backup options because I really didn't believe her fully. Then this lady gonna tell me, oh no, we need you to stay for a full year. Man, this is not what I signed up for. Financially, I don't have it. Mentally, I don't have it. Time-wise, I don't have it. I have a full-time job, y'all. I am working full-time and doing practicum full-time and also doing this class full-time. So it is really hard for me to add any additional time. Like, I allotted for these 2 semesters to be my practicum experience. I was living at home with no bills. Now I have bills and everything. So I was just trying to do it in a timely fashion. It wasn't working out. Let me go down a little bit more and talk about, let's see, March. Here is March. Stick with me, y'all. Here's March. So I had a discussion. I posted a discussion on not being educated about the billing practices. Again, shows lack of experience that I had at this internship site. And I made a post about losing clients as well, because you know, when you lose clients, you lose hours, okay? A lot of my clients were no showing. I had teenagers, so sometimes they just wouldn't want to show up for therapy or whatever. But I had one client leave because her mom left, and I was like, my supervisor was seeing her mom and I was seeing the child. And anytime her mom didn't show up, the child didn't show up. So when the supervisor lost the mom as a client, I lost the child as a client as well. Now, my site supervisor notified me and said I could not see clients over the break due to my contract being ended, right? It was a spring break. I was still going to plan to see clients over spring break, which will help my hours. But since she told me I couldn't do it, I'm losing out on hours, y'all, okay? Now, the 21st, this is where it gets a little sticky. I told my site supervisor that I'm only agreeing to 1 more semester because I needed the hours. Yeah, I told her, okay, I'll do another semester with you, but this got to be the last semester because I'm not trying to add another semester. I saw like I didn't have the hours, I didn't have the experience, so I was like, I'll do another semester, okay? I locked the form, they updated the contract, so I was able to see clients over spring break, right? I emailed my department chair. This is all in the same day. I emailed my department chair to request a change of sites because I was honestly fed up, y'all. And also during this time, I asked again, could I sit in on my co-interns, you know, sessions so I could figure out what is she doing that I'm not doing, things that I could incorporate in my therapy sessions that she's doing, things she likes, and how, you know, just so I could critique her, she could critique me as well, just to get more hours. My supervisor, again, denied that. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know why, but she was allowed, the other intern was allowed to sit in with me during my sessions though, right? Makes no sense. Okay, 22nd. I followed up with my site supervisor about the required hours email because she said okay, so backtrack a little bit. My site supervisor was emailing me telling me, oh no, you're good, your hours are good. She said she heard from my professor that I'm good, I'll be able to graduate and everything like that. She was like, yeah, I had a conversation with her myself, I'll forward you the email. She never forwarded me the email, so I reached out to her in the email saying, could you kindly forward me that email that she said you was gonna forward me? No email was sent, y'all. She called me and she was like, oh yeah, there was been a miscommunication, all this stuff like that, right? Boom, whatever. Okay. She called me to tell me that I would actually need 2 more semesters with her. And she reported, and she said that she misread my professor's email. How do y'all misread that? How do you misread that, ma'am? How do you misread that? You're setting me up for failure. You're telling me that, you know, I'm good to go, and after this semester I have everything that I need. But in reality, your girl was steaming. I decided that over spring break, I needed a break from her, from all this craziness. So I was like, I'm not going to see kids. I'm just not going to see kids over the break because I wanted a break for me mentally, right? I just wanted to be done with it at this point. I reached out to my department chair on the 30th. I wanted to request to move sites. I was on board for adding another semester for the site I was currently at. But then that whole altercation, that just like, it rubbed me the wrong way. So I was like, no, I kind of just want to leave her. You know, I just want to leave and I just want to be done with her. And I want to move on to another site fully. So I sent that email to the professor to see if we can work something out and I can switch practicum sites. So the site supervisor called me and told me that she's ending the contract. After I had already renewed the contract, she told me she's going to end the contract and she's on board for me moving to another site because she feels like I'm trying to rush the process. Y'all, I told this lady I feel like it's not working out as well. I was going to end it anyway. So, you know, it's a mutual understanding. Like, let's just go our separate ways because it wasn't working out, right? The site supervisor said out of her mouth, y'all, oh, you know, I love you as an intern and everything, and I honestly want to offer you a job when you're done graduating, but you know, it's just not working out. And I agreed with her, it's not working out. I feel like I was bamboozled through this whole thing. So let me do a little bit more explaining. I ran y'all down the timeline, okay?